There's a lot of injudicious, inappropriate summarizing at the moment on social media. There's a person called Suze Kemp, something or other. I can't see the rest of her name. She says, basically the Sun and people such as Dan Wootton took great delight in moralizing about Hugh Edwards when there was no reason to, and it's led directly to hashtag Dan Wootton exposed hashtag. This wouldn't have happened without his crowing and pontificating. Well, not entirely correct, because as far as I know, I wait to be corrected, but as far as I know, Dan Wootton didn't say anything about Hugh Edwards. He was either already on his way to New Zealand or was packing. He's only just back, and on his return, he's done a programme with a slightly sort of pinched voice about the Channel crossings. This is not some sort of trip to the Netherlands. This is about, well, he sounds rather like somebody complaining and ringing up for a plumber because the loo has been blocked by a particularly weighty solution to constipation. And I think the problem with the Channel is that the Rwanda solution, the Rwanda proposal by Suella braverman simply will not work. Zulu Warrior 1648 has put it rather well. The point is, this is nothing like the Australian solution, this Rwanda deal. It's totally pointless. Why? Because for every migrant that we send to Rwanda, we're going to be getting one back from Rwanda. We're going to be party to Paul Kagame's continued efforts at ethnic cleansing. We're going to be, I would welcome Hutu refugees, but I don't see that we should be helping Paul Kagame in his efforts with M23, with his mercenary attacks on Congo, on the Hutu people in Congo, his legitimate army crossing into Congo and attacking people, the assassinations, the kidnappings. This is a very dangerous regime, and we are in hoik to them. And as for their promises to look after refugees, there were refugees shot in 2018, and there's no report, there's no investigation report at all about that. After so many years, well, of course, Paul Kagame can look to the present government and say, well, Windrush, post office scandals, where's the report there? You know, if the British government can drag its feet, so can we. We're in hoik together now, he could say. And he'd be right from that point of view. Dan Wootton was praising the Channel issue, the Channel solution by Suella braverman, but complaining about the small boats last night, as I say, in a slightly pinched voice. And there was no talk at all about Hugh Edwards. There are reports in various quarters, in Private Eye, in Byline Times. There's quite a lot of activity on Twitter. But I think one should be cautious about how one presents this. And I, for one, well, I would try and choose my words as carefully as I possibly can. I'm not beyond repeating some of the things that I read, but you know, these issues are serious. I think underlying all this is a much bigger issue that production is convinced that the way to manage television is to have a named individual fronting the programme and fronting the news, and that makes sense of the news. As if we cannot digest the news unless it is read to us by somebody from Sesame Street. Well, why not just simply put up a puppet? We don't need to hear somebody reading a script. I'm quite happy to hear the genuine opinions of an individual. I must say I significantly favour a programme like the Rees-Mogg programme. I don't agree with Rees-Mogg on many levels, and I don't agree with the way he shuts off people he's interviewing if he doesn't like them. But I think that's probably more honest than listening to a newscaster. Now, it's possible that Dan Wootton writes his own scripts, but he's still aping the newscaster role. And I think we need to break that model. There are reporters, even on the GB News Talk TV circuit, like Tom Harwood, who are spectacularly good in what they do. And yes, they may have an agendum, but everybody has a hinterland. Everybody has an axe to grind. And I would rather see it than have it hidden like the legs of Angela Rippon and the fantasy that there is nothing below the top part of the torso. This is nonsensical. We need to have a more intelligent television news approach. And it's not simply a matter of putting the puppet who reads the auto cue in front of the desk. There has to be something more proactive, and I think the recipe must lie in the old style Today programme, not the new style rubbish, but the old style Today programme, which mixed news with analysis almost in the same breath. I think also the Channel 4 approach comes much closer to something which is palatable, but even Channel 4 is not really giving as much depth as television could. Television has the benefit over radio of being a visual medium. Now that should mean, it should mean not that you give less information than radio, but you give more. You can give information, you can give opinion, you can give information, you can give thoughts, not only verbally, but also visually. That's a whole range of communication opportunity, which is being missed by the BBC in a sort of dumbing down, as if it's learning from American channels like Fox. Surely, I'm not suggesting there, by the way, that that's about the content. If we're suggesting content, I'm told that that Fox is more inspirational to GB News and Talk TV. No, I'm talking about literally the methodology, the way the programmes are designed, and the way the programmes manufacture and sell the information. The BBC used to have a principle that any given fact needs to be provided 3 times, or needs to be provided in such a way that the viewer can sit and think about it and repeat it 3 times. That's no longer necessary. We live in an age of computer games where information is extremely fast and can be digested extremely fast. And I think we need a news programme that follows that format and that accepts that the audience is quick and intelligent and prepared to challenge what is said.